Okay, this is Sean Brodrick for Gold and Silver Trader, and I'm here interviewing Warwick Smith. Now, I told you about his company before, which is American Pacific Mining, and they have a great copper gold project. It's in Montana. They have a great partner. They have great drill results. They're doing more drilling. There's a lot going on. Warwick's going to give us the scoop on it. Warwick, could you please tell my subscribers what's new with your company?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks very much for having us on, Sean. I appreciate the opportunity. So yeah, there's a lot going on with American Pacific. So the symbol in the US is USGDF and the symbol in Canada is USGD. In June of this year, we picked up the Madison project in partnership with Rio Tinto. So Rio Tinto may spend up to $30 million US to earn 70% of the project. It's an asset that we paid for with $2.4 million Canadian worth of stock. So I think we did well on how we negotiated that. It is a very high grade gold copper scar on its surface and porphyry down below. We're working with Rio Tinto. So Rio Tinto is the second largest mining company in the world. They're looking for something big. They're looking for something that's, on the porphyry side, analogous to Butte. Which is 48 kilometers away for us and is structurally connected. Butte produced 21 billion pounds of copper, 715 million ounces of silver, and almost 3 million ounces of gold. That's the style of target they're looking for. If they drill into anything like that, it's an enormous win for American Pacific shareholders. So that's happening on the Madison project. Another asset called Tuscarora, high-grade gold epithermal system just outside of Elko, Nevada. You'll notice that we've stuck in the Western yes, and we've stuck to high-grade asset. My business partner, Eric Saderholm, whom you know, he was the former head of exploration in the Western US for Newmont. So he's seen a lot of these assets and has a very good Rolodex and has been able to bring some great assets to the table. Tuscarora is going to be drilled this year as well. We've got a partner on that by the name of Elko Sun. So they're going to drill that this year. They're going public in about 2 weeks' time. We're excited to see them get listed. We're going to own a couple million shares in their company as well. So there's probably another, $1 million to $2 million that goes to our bottom line because of that. And the company's sitting in a great cash position. We've got around $3 million in cash, $6.1 million of warrants that are in the money. Within calendar 2020, we're going to put out around $10 million Canadian worth of drill results through our partners at Rio Tinto, Elko Sun. And then we're looking for a partner on Gooseberry, which is another asset that we own. If they can, that'll be drilling on top of that as well.
Well, actually, let's speak about a few things. First of all, about your U.S. listing. The last time that I actually spoke about your company to my subscribers, you had just gotten listed in the U.S. I think you're on the OTC Pink. Now you were uplisted. You're on the OTCQB, which is a much better level, right? So much more volume, that kind of thing going on, right? And,
yeah, absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
No. And you only have like 65 million shares outstanding, nice and tightly held. That's good. And then the deal with Rio Tinto, it's great. They are spending $30 million to earn a 70% interest in that project, and you're carried along for free.
You're 100% correct. And Rio is actually drilling as we speak. They're in the midst of a drill program right now. So there's 3 mines that are on our Madison project. There's the Madison mine, there's the Broadway, and then there's the Hudson mine that have all been in previous production. The Madison mine was in production between 2008 and 2012. It produced 2.7 million pounds of copper at between 20 and 35% copper. Just spectacular grades.
Very nice grades. You don't really see that much.
You don't see that. And then another 7,500 ounces of gold came with that at 16.1 grams. So, it's very high grade scar on its surface. That's sort of some of the more known mineralization. And then there's the porphyry down below, which they drilled into in 2017. That's the big prize for them. They found a lot of interest in the skarn as well, which is fantastic for us. That's where their drill program is focused right now. And they're trying to connect those 3 mines. It's about a 1 kilometer strike length. If they're able to do that, that will create a lot of excitement because that's the really high-grade system at the surface. And there's been great drill holes there before, 30 meters of an ounce per ton gold, 61 meters of almost 7% copper. There was an 11-meter hole of 25 grams, 4.5 meters at 82 grams. If they hit in any of these types of holes, that, for a $25 million market cap company, in this environment, as you well know, drill holes are being rewarded. And with a large drill program underway, we're hopeful we get some of those and we'll see some of those rewards for our shareholders.
All right.
I suspect that over the next 8 to 12 months, we're going to see them drill 100 holes or so. That's sort of our take. They're going to drill for about 3 months now, get a bunch of holes in, create a bunch of excitement, take a break for a couple of months, and then come back and drill. That seems to be the game plan. What I can say is we're gonna start to release drill holes sort of in batches of 4 or 5, and that should start in about 3 weeks time, and then it'll be every 3 weeks after that. And
Okay,
that's just
good.
on Madison. They're gonna drill on Tuscarora as well. So there's lots of drill data coming up here in short order.
All right. That's that is enough to really generate excitement in a company, but that's not the only project you have. Nevada as well.
Absolutely. So the 2 projects, the Tuscarora asset I've touched on a little bit. So that's going to be drilled this year by Elko Sun. We're excited about that. The other asset that we have is just outside of Reno. It's called the Gooseberry Mine. Last in production in 1994 by a company called Asamara. It hasn't been touched since 1994. So straight incline shaft goes down 1,000 feet. That was where the production ended. Drill holes that went down to 1,400 feet. There's ore ahead of it, or what they refer to as ore ahead of it previously. Spectacular grades. You'll get a kick out of this. We staked this project. We picked it up for $20,000. But of course, when you do that, you don't get all the data. And we tracked down 12 old bankers boxes, old dusty bankers boxes that had the original stope maps and all that kind of stuff. So we're the first people to put it into a 3D model to help target with it. And the grades out of that, I mean, there was like 0.9 meters of 100 grams per ton gold and 4,500 gram per ton silver. Those style of bonanza grades, that gets us excited, and I think we'll get the market excited too.
That is really interesting, and I'll have to put up the maps of these 2 projects because there are lots of mines around them, and obviously very close to like infrastructure as well, right? So.
Yeah, you're totally right. So in all 3 cases, they're virtually right off the highway. In the case of Montana, there's power, there's everything there, including if you're on site, you get free Wi-Fi because they put a cell tower where we are. And then Tuscarora, right off the highway, you're about 45 minutes outside of Elko. You go off the highway, dirt road for 10 minutes, you're there. And then Reno, or again, about 40 minutes outside of Reno. Again, right off the highway. That one's probably the closest. You're literally right there. They all have power to them or power right by them. They're all in districts where you can put mines into production. We've really focused on that, trying to get these good Western U.S. high grade assets. And we are a prospect generator, but I think what makes us a little different, we're finding advanced assets. We're finding things that are previous mines or advanced exploration, and then we're bringing in tier 1 partners like a Rio Tinto into these. So we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to add assets. We're going to put out a lot of drill data. We're a $25 million market cap company that's going to put out $10 million worth of drill holes this year. So, I think that works pretty well. Yeah.
Well, as I often tell my subscribers, one of the best places to look for a gold mine is in an old gold mine, and that seems to be what you guys are doing. How much cash would you guys have on hand?
So we've got about around $3 million in cash, and then we've got about $6.1 million of warrants that are in the money, and those are starting to come in now.
Okay,
so
good.
All of that, and we only spend around $100,000 a month because the partners are carrying the freight on all the drilling. So we're in a good, strong cash position. We don't need to go and dilute. We don't need to raise more money. We're in a good, strong spot right now.
Excellent. So you'll have new drill holes coming out in about 3 weeks. Is there any other news we should expect from your company, say, from now till the end of the year?
A lot. Yeah, we're updating the 43-101 on Madison as we speak. We're going to put that out. We're going to have a lot of drill holes coming out from Madison. We're going to have drill holes coming out from Tuscarora. We're looking to bring a partner in on Gooseberry. I would suggest I think that's going to get done in short order. If it does, that group that we're having conversations with, they would drill it this year as well. And then we're in advanced discussions on some more assets. Some of the investment banks have been good enough to show us some larger assets, and we want to become that $100 million growth story, Sean. That's what we're looking to do. We believe we can do that with the assets we have today, and some of those, if we get some good drill hits, we can get there very quickly, as you've seen in this market. But we want to add some additional assets that help us do that as well, and could help us do that in a hurry. So we're busy.
Okay, well, this is great. I love to hear this news. First of all, because I've known you for a while, and
Yes.
you've always been really smart in this business, and I'm glad to see you finding this success. This is fantastic.
I appreciate that.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go? Let's give them the stock symbol one more time.
Yes, yeah. In the US, the symbol is USGDF, and up in Canada, the symbol is USGD. It trades down in Frankfurt as well, in case you've got anybody over in Europe watching.
No,
But,
I do have people in Japan, but
yeah, yeah. Look, we're a $25 million market cap company that's going to see $10 million in drilling while only spending $100,000 a month. This is a market where you're seeing companies that get good results, they get rewarded, and they get rewarded quickly. We hope to be one of those. We're drilling, or we have Rio Tinto, it's the second largest mining company in the world, drilling on an incredibly high grade asset. I think that's going to lend itself to a lot of excitement this year for us.
I do too. Thanks very much for speaking to my subscribers, and my subscribers should stay tuned. I'll have more for them. Thanks for tuning in. This is Sean Brodrick for Gold and Silver Trader.
Thank you, Sean.
And